So do you have a Django site and want to improve the speed of your site? One option is to optimize all the images, and a good way of doing this is to convert your current image formats to the WebP format, and that will greatly reduce the size of your images. So in this example, I'm going to show you how you can do that automatically using a custom template tag and then convert your static images to the WebP format. So to demonstrate, I have this simple Django template with 3 images, and these images is varying sizes, right? So we have this one here, which is the original size is 1422 by 1422 pixels. And if you go to the network, you can see that, well, this one here, the number 1 is 106 kilobyte, 43 kilobytes, and 174 kilobyte. Now, what we can do is I've created a custom template tag that I call WebP. And then what we can do is when we go back, I can do a hard refresh. And now you can notice that the image format is WebP now. And the sizes has actually reduced significantly to 32, 30, and 21 kilobytes. And keep in mind, one of these were like 170 kilobytes, so that's quite a bit, right? And you'll notice that in my static and image folders, we have 3 new images, each for each WebP. So please keep in mind that this solution will only work if you have a single static folder. If you have your static images scattered around different apps, this will not work, as it will only be looking in one folder. So if you have different static folders, you will need to adjust this accordingly. So what I've created is 2 different methods. We have the template tag, which I call WebP, and we have the convert to WebP method. And I have added inside my app folder, I've created a template tags folder and added the webp.py file. So we'll register a simple tag which takes context, and we need the context to get the request object from the user. So we get the context and then the image URL, and the image URL is what's going to be passed here, and the context will be passed automatically. Then we get the request from the request object like so. And here we actually check if the browser supports the WebP image format, because it's not all browser that does. So we check if image/webp in request.meta.get HTTP accept. If it does, then we're gonna generate the static path. So settings.static URL, and then we're gonna construct the new name, right? So basically we're gonna take everything except for the last extension, and then we're gonna add the WebP extension like so. And then we're gonna construct the WebP file path. So this is the relative file path, right? And then we have the full WebP file path. And then we just do os.path.join settings app_dir static, and then we construct the name. We could pass this into to a variable, but for the sake of this example, I'll just skip that part. And then we gotta check if the path exists. Well, then we don't do anything, we just return it. If not, we're gonna convert the image. I'll show you that just in a moment. And then we're gonna return the WebP static path. In case of any error, or in case that they don't support the WebP, then we're just gonna return the static path. So that is the original image path, though, that being JPEG or PNG or whatever you have in your static folder. Now for the convert to WebP, we're gonna use the pillow library. So I'm gonna import from pill, import image. So I've already added this to my environment, so you'll need to pip install pillow. Again, it takes the image path, and then we're gonna construct the WebP image path as so, where we simply just add WebP at the end of the name. And only if it doesn't exist already, so this is just another check, we're gonna open the image with the image method, and then we're simply just gonna save it, but this time as a WebP format. And that's it. Now, if we wanna take this a step further, we can actually also include a quality parameter as such. And I believe that the default quality is 70 or 80. So if you just take an example, let's take the first image. So currently it's at 32 with the default settings. Now if I delete this one, the number 1, yes, delete, then refresh. Now it's 21. So that was about a 33% reduction just by changing the quality. Now, as you probably noticed, we have some images that are quite big, right? So the actual size that we show is 416 by 416, while the original image is actually 1422 times 1422. So that is a large image. Now what we can do is we can specify a size like so. So let's say 500 times 500, and then we can do image dot thumbnail, and then pass in the size. Now let's take the same example. We go to the network. We just see number 1 is currently 21. Now if I delete this here, and then I do a hard refresh, now it's 5.58. So that is quite a reduction, and we can do this with all the others as well. So if you just delete this and this, like so, hard refresh, now we have 5, 10, and 8 kilobyte. So one of these images was 174 kilobytes originally, and now 8 kilobytes. So that is quite a reduction. I hope you like this video. I'll leave a link to the GitHub repository down in the description.